Okay, so this will be the start of the video. Hello people, this is Power here. Again, we're gonna start it weirdly because we're gonna start with a box. We don't typically do that, but that's just because I didn't record the previous two just because I didn't need to, to be honest. Oh, I forgot about my cloud cutter. So, obviously, it's very obvious what this is at this point. Obviously, happily, Amazon did ship it in a box. Where'd that? Okay, never mind. Huh. Okay. Oh, is that why Zarkin said one of them came? Oh. Okay. Well, never mind then. Oh gosh, what did they do to this? But I gained Pink and Boom Tower. Boom Tower's box is like warped, but yeah, okay. So I at least have these two. Okay, so I think blue must be from a different seller. Okay, so then I probably just have to wait for a mailer. That's fine. Yeah. What's with the lighting? Gosh. Hello, people. This is Power here with an opening of what I got so far out of Dino Fury's first wave. Because I always do this with Power Rangers now. So I guess if you didn't know, essentially, like, every new season now, since Beast Morphers, I've been just, like, opening, like, the first round of stuff. And only the first round of stuff. I don't do the later stuff, so there's that inconsistency. So, like, for example, with Beast Morphers, you didn't see me do, like, openings on, like, the Beast X King Saber, the Beast X Saber, or, like, waves 2 or 3 of that. But, Beast Morphers, I kind of, or season 2, I kind of broke that. They're unreleased videos, because I just wanted to film them for fun. But I filmed myself opening the last 3 figures I've obtained from Beast Morphers. But well, season 2 didn't really have a lot is the huge issue. So well, I didn't film myself open up wave 2. Technically, yeah, wave 2 was the only thing I didn't film myself open. But obviously we're at Dino Fury at this point, which I didn't, well, I don't know how to explain it. I think it's just because, like, with Dino Fury, everyone was just not excited for it. Because it's just like, oh, we're adapting Ryusoulger? Oh. But then it's like everyone's actually liking the show now. As of now. I can definitely see that change. And obviously the toys have been popping up since late December, starting with the Morpher. Then the figures started popping up in Canada in like June. In January and such. Now they're actually finally getting out there and such. Like, I'll still admit, like, I'm still kind of in the trance of like, oh, Dino Fury is a thing? Oh. Like, I still feel like, I don't know, with me, like, with both Dino Fury and Zenkaiger right now, I'm like, wait, these shows are airing right now? They're not just, well, like, with Zenkaiger at least, it's like, oh, this show isn't, like, still getting promoted, and, like, with Dino Fury, it's like, oh, this is a thing. So I'm just in like the point where I'm just like, these shows are airing, and yet I'm still like, oh wait, like I'm still like, man, I can't wait to like see that. Like I can't wait for it to get released, and it's like, oh, Dino Fury is already 3 episodes in. I didn't know that. Or like I am, but it's just like, oh, I didn't know it's out. Like I don't know. It's just I'm at the point where I just think everything's just within like rumors or like it's getting ready to get released. Because like even with Dino Fury, like when they were like, when they were showing, you know, when they had like teasers and such, I was still like, okay, so when is this show like? Like when are we actually going to see stuff for the show? Like I can't. I think he reminded myself like you just did. I was like, oh. I think this is what I get for like not watching stuff anymore, because now I feel like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be like this when Trigger gets released, because every time with Zenkaiger especially, I was just like, oh man, like Trigger is getting released in February. I'm like, wait, that's Zenkaiger. Oh. Like, I feel like when Trigger is actually going to get announced, I'm like, man, Zenkaiger's finally going to get released, and it's like, oh wait, that's Trigger. And then like whenever we get the next writer, I'm gonna be like, yeah, Trigger's released, and I'm like, wait, no, that's the next writer series. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna keep it going with me not watching anything I'm covering at this point. So again, I have the Dino Fury Morpher and then the basic figures, because this year they only went with 4 figures on like Beast Morphers, which isn't as bad. I feel like with Dino Fury, just because of how they're handling the keys, I think 4 is a good, number. So, because as of now, according to the listings, we only have Gold and Void Knight confirmed. We don't even have Green or Black, but if they're going to stick with 4 figures per wave, then I'm going to assume that those are the last 2. And I'm going to just assume that we're only going to have 2 waves, because I don't know what else they're going to throw at us for the 3rd wave. But yeah, so I did film myself open these 2 up. I didn't film the other 3 because I got the Morpher in red first, because the Morpher was available at the time, and I wanted to jump on both. I wanted to jump on these, but then Zrykin was just like, no, we can probably hold that off. But I was like, well, red's already technically available, so I was like, well, can we at least get red? And he's like, fine. Because the thing is that like Blue and Boom Tower at that time were starting to pop up and such. But then I was like, I guess I can wait. And then just last Saturday, I picked up the other 3. Pink and Boom Tower arrived 2 days ago, so on Monday, and then Blue just arrived today. Zrykin ordered a bunch of things, so I got this one within a box. So this one's kind of like all bent out of shape and such, and now this is kind of like that. I don't know why. So this one, like, because Zrykin literally just left the box like this, and I opened it up, and I was like, just this the back and such. I got red in a bubble mailer, like in the yellow one, and he's like the most pristine box he's like the most pristine box out of the 4. So just like another Beast X yellow. Yeah, bubble mailers for me, they just come in pristine conditions. Just the weird thing is that the back here is sticky. Like, I don't know what it is. It's like petroleum jelly. I don't know why. Because I was like taking a picture of this and like tweeting it out, and like I was like, I was like, I realized like my fingers are kind of like slippery and like sticky. I was like, what the heck? Blue, he also came in like a typical Amazon mailer. Yeah, he's crushed, definitely. But he's still, like, card-wise, he's pristine. He's pristine. His plastic just got crushed, so he can't stand. But honestly, that's not as bad as Pink and Boom Tower. I don't know what happened. So, I got these two in this Amazon box. Like this big Amazon box. Because for some reason, Amazon doesn't just pack things on top of each other. But at least shipping's free, so that's good. Pink is pristine and such. However, just the car, I don't know what happened, but like, this corner is just all bent and such and ripped. It's just like, what the heck? Like, what happened? She was just facing like that. She was just like this in the box. So what the heck could have happened that like bent this around? And then Boom Tower is probably like the second best pristine box. He's fine. Like, yeah, he has some bents and such. Other than that, like, he's probably the second most solid box, just probably because of how weighty he is and such. But yeah, so those are all. I finally got all 4 Dino Fury figures. And if I had to actually be honest, I'm actually kind of excited to dive into these, because I actually wasn't initially. I was going into Dino Fury kind of like, okay, like I'm only just doing this for the sake of like, you know, to like poke into the pin system, but someone already technically did that already, but I still have to I'm still gonna do it because, you know, it's already a thing I've established on the channel with hacking the system. So despite someone already like going into the Dino Fury Morpher, I'm gonna do it just because. But it's just like, you know, initially because like I don't have any Rue Soldier toys because Draken doesn't like the series, so he looks very down upon on me wanting the toys. Well, the thing is that like I mostly just want Russo Gold stuff, so that's like the Monster Changer, the Monster Breaker, and then the Russo Caliber. And then, well, I was thinking, just so then I can actually use the Russos into something else. Like, this couldn't, like, so, like, obviously I mostly want the Monster Changer and the Monster Breaker, or the Monster Blade, because the Russo Caliber is actually difficult. But, like, you know, just when I only get those two things, like, I wanted to pick up the Changer, just so that I can actually use the Russos in something. But it's just like, Zraken just like, he just doesn't like the series, so he's just like, why the heck do you want toys out of this series? It's like, yeah, like, Zraken does have, can I pull, I don't know why he leaves it here, but Zraken does have the mini plot for Rue Soldier, and like, he likes the mechs, or he just mostly likes Kashiryu Jin, but he likes the mechs. He's nearly almost done. He just needs a Pakigara and a Yokururo. But like, if I had to just be honest, like, the mechs are like my least favorite things out of this series. I can care less about these, like, no matter what. They're at the same stance I have with the Kamen Blood and Espada, of just like, I don't care. Like, I just could care less about these things, because these things don't appeal to me at all. And I just broke it. But it's just like, I don't know. So yeah, I guess stating that. Yeah, I'm not getting the Megazords just because again they don't appeal to me at all. So I'm hoping they don't release any quote unquote exclusive keys for it. If they do, that's stupid. I don't know how Zarikin had this. Oh, this is his arm. His arm fell off. Okay. I'm sorry I'm spending too much time on this thing, but like technically like Root Soldier Mini Plus like really the only like Mini Plus and Zarikin has the majority of it. He wanted to get Cure Major, but then he couldn't. So yeah. Because technically, if I had to, like, the only Rear Soldier thing I had for, like, the longest time was the Rear Soldier Riot Watch. And then after conviction, I finally, got the Yudo for Rear Soldier. Because I have 2 Russo Golds. Because, like, every time I brought it up, Zarkin's like, why the heck do you want that? And it's like, because I just do. It's like, what's wrong with having a figure of Russo Gold? And so, now, because technically, like, Dino Fury would technically be the first of where I'll actually have toys of Rue Soldier, I think that's why I'm actually kind of looking forward to it. I know most people aren't, just because obviously, like, yeah, Hasbro didn't really do a good job at translating. But, you know what? Whatever. Like, I think the weird thing with Dino Fury is that, like, there's, like, no... like, the toy line is non-existent, which is weird. Because Beast Morphers, they hyped the heck out of. And with Dino Fury, it's just like, oh yeah, hey, we're here. Just look at Lightning Collection. We have more exciting things there. And yeah. So obviously we're gonna start with the Dino Fury Morpher. I do like the box for it. It's pretty interesting. Like obviously like it would have been a rectangle, but I think just because of how small this thing is, it's like, yeah. And yeah, I already broke it already just because I was playing around with it because I was too eager. And I accidentally broke it. So yeah. So after like 2 weeks, this thing will finally get cracked open. Ah, gosh, I stabbed myself. Just gotta make sure I'm not bleeding. Okay, I'm back now. So I think I had my finger. Yeah. So I had my finger probably over here, which is not good, but man, I thought it wasn't gonna be that bad. Yeah, it wasn't, but it's just like, just apply Neosporin on it. I really like how it actually does finishes off his head. It's such. So yeah, so I guess you open this flap up and you cut the tape here so then you can remove this. Yep. And then okay, so I don't remember if I actually ever corrected myself on this, but like these things have been obviously been included within the toys since season 2 of Beast Morphers. It's not just because it's an Australia release that they all have it. So how much pairs of instructions are there? I know I could have just opened it from the bottom, but I just prefer opening these inconveniently. So, okay, Dino Fury Morpher. Strap it, turn it on, press button. You turn the key 180 degrees. You turn the front around. Swing it. Yeah. I don't know why people were like getting upset at like the first people that were covering this toy and being like, you're not doing it correctly. It's like, well, they're just following the instructions and the instructions don't give you anything clear. So here's the Dino Fury Morpher. Let's untie this up. Looks like they've made this less complicated. Because I know with like, maybe it's just because I just decided that I was just gonna cut through them, but you know, going back to like with the original, not the original, but like the Model Zero Yokai Watch, those things you have to like cut through. I don't even know what this material is that Hasbro uses. And here we go with that. So after like, again, like weeks, here's our first look at Dino Fury Key. So let's flip it around. Oops. So here's like a vague Max Russo red with the Chroma Fury Saber. I don't know. It's weird. He has like wings on the side of his helmet for some reason. You can't even see it that well, but obviously it's supposed to be Max Russo red, but and it's first pin. I do like the back though, because it's obviously supposed to be the Russo Ken and such. Okay, but now let's get the Dino Fury Morpher out, because this thing already broke off. Okay, so this is weird. So what? Wrap that around. Yep, okay, so you take this around and you take that off. Take this out, wrap that around. Then you take this. Assuming wrap that over and take that off. And now you just push it down. Or I'm just gonna pull it out. Yep. Okay. Yeah, they made this way easier. Pull. Okay, so I don't know how we're gonna keep these things now. I'm just gonna throw them on the bottom. This is like such a weird box, and you can just see how mine came in bashed in. Such. But yeah, no way of like putting the morpher back together. No way of putting this morpher back in here. However, yeah. Like, at least you can, honestly, as long as the outside looks fine. Yep, as long as this looks fine, we're good. So now we just need to wrap this around. This is definitely it. So apparently the strap for this one is smaller. Oh, that's how it does. I appreciate that. I don't know, let's try it. Is this just like the Beast? No. Oh, they changed how this worked. Huh. Okay. So let's try to put this on. I don't have the Beast X Morpher on me right now. That's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Maybe it's just because my wrists are thinner, but yeah, it's fine. I'm actually kind of interested, or I'm kind of interested how they actually added this, and the strap isn't actually like, because with the Beast X Morpher, you actually like, you know, under here was actually still like the Velcro and such. Obviously, we haven't try me mode now, but yeah, this thing's pretty bulky. And obviously, I've already like messed with this thing and such. That's such a small slot. That rotates alright. At least mine is one of the smoother ones, so it's like in the middle. Yeah, that's a really tight. This is honestly a really tight space to insert the keys in. I don't know. It's just this just kind of. Oh well. I know technically you shouldn't do that, but... Well, oh, never mind, you are technically supposed to do that, but... Other than that, obviously I don't have the original result changer to compare, but, the legal stuff. Like, I don't know why people were complaining about the looks of it. It looks fine. I know there's like some missing paint, and it's just in general a more darker color. But other than that, I think it looks fine. But I guess now we should actually turn it on. My colors seem off, but and the speaker is like up here. So you have that stuff, and then you have the two jingles without inserting the key. Obviously, that's just the jingles themselves now. Yeah, it just seems like this technically, obviously the way this works is that technically, like, I think there's like a notch somewhere within this when, like, essentially when it's in the position that it's facing up, then it will press the button that you twisted it, and then I always kind of like the look of the, you know, the dinosaur here. I feel like it doesn't get enough like recognition. Like, obviously because it's mostly covered most of the time, but I feel like this is supposed to be more of that, because I feel like the jaw is supposed to be blocked. I don't know. But here we go with the Dino Fury Key, which, again, it's very weirdly placed. But so you at least get like 3 motion sounds. I think you get a light one, a medium, and a heavy one. That's the heavy one. That's the medium, and then Or you get 2 light ones. And you get like a bite. Or might be 4, honestly. And obviously, when you twist this, obviously, it's just that jingle. I personally just don't like the look of this key. I like the fact that they're using the Dino Fury Saber, but like the huge issue. Whoops, I shouldn't have done that. The huge issue with this one is that it's backwards, or they have it flipped the other way. They don't have it flipped the other way, or they have it flipped so like the teeth are facing out, and it just doesn't look great at all. If they had it so the blade was facing out, it definitely would have been fixed, but we're gonna do it again with the sounds. Okay. Yeah, that's essentially it for the Dino Fury morpher and such. I do like this key overall, like just from the back and such. I'm not a big fan of the front, but like I like it from the back, and I like the sounds it produces, because I think it's like a good like generic sound and such. And then if I were to put it on again, personally don't get the purpose of those sounds. They're like victory sounds essentially. But you know, if you were to like morph, or not morph, if you were to transform like Rear Soldier, you would do it like this, where it doesn't even acknowledge the key. I would at least, I'll at least just say that I'll say at least that the Dino Fury Morpher does a better job at reading what key you have, even if it doesn't do the sound of you inserting the key. And then, you know, technically technically the standby will start, but it doesn't, so like you're just gonna have to like play in dead air, and then like you just twist it. Let me shrink this. Yeah, it's alright. Because technically I think obviously you can do this. Honestly, that's just my way of like canceling it. But okay, well, at least just have this. Okay, that's my way of resetting it. Other than that, it's all right. Obviously we didn't really do much with it yet, but it's just this clearly doesn't do as much. I think I don't know. Just like obviously with this thing being now $20 compared to like the Beast X Morpher, yeah, there's like some loss that was gonna happen. But let's now open up Red and such. And actually figure out how exactly you open these, because again, now you find it interesting that these ones with these ones they're like, oh yeah, we will do 2 flaps instead of the 1, because I thought that was weird with Beast Morphers. So it's kind of hard. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna crack open from the top. Not as cleanly as most people, but because my boxes just don't like that. But because I always thought it was weird with Beast Morphers just to open it from this bottom hatch, because it's just like, you know, how the heck it's really difficult digging from down here most of the time, and it's just like I'd rather just prefer just have another flap. Here's the box. So have the red Dino Fury Key, which you can barely see. So I guess I like that they added color to it, but it just looks odd because they obviously tried to color it like the Ranger, but yeah, it's weird. And here's the T-Rex Champion Zord's, or yeah, I guess the T-Rex Champion Zord's head. And obviously this is accurate, but no flipping, which I guess my opinion on the Dino Fury keys are kind of controversial, because I'm like, if they're going to be packed with the figures, then it's like, okay, I don't really necessarily mind them cheaping out on them, just because it's like, it makes sense. However, I don't really like the fact they're essentially the entire reason as to why the figures don't necessarily get enough accessories. Oh gosh, they're obviously the same. Here's the Dino Fury Morpher. It's not, there's no paint on it. It's not even just red, it's just black. Can these legs actually move? Okay, yes they can. Yeah, these ones feel a lot weirder than the Beast Morpher ones. Like, yeah, I don't know what's up with these ones. And the belt's off. What the heck? It's not centered, as you can see. But yeah, what's with the belt? Huh. I don't know where I'm putting these figure boxes at. But so I don't have, again, my Beast Morpher figures I didn't get yet, but his head looks off looking around, but his head looks fine. Like, honestly, these carry the same like quality drop from season 2 of Beast Morphers. But I guess because of these suits, there's not as much color to them. It's more excusable because I think they look good for the most part. They're just missing the white necks, the white on the necks, and it's like, okay, it's like you bothered to paint this silver. Yeah, that's weird. So they bothered to paint this half silver, but not this. But again, it's fine. But other than that, it's just. Then we have this weird sword, the T-Rex champion Saber. I'm calling it. I can't even see a T-Rex on it, but he's just given a generic sword, which is just like, okay, like you couldn't even include the Dino Fury Saber. Like, how is he supposed to hold this? He can't even hold this. His hands are like, he can, but he holds it weirdly. Because you have to grip the hands underneath or something like that. He just holds it weirdly and such, but what hand does he hold this by? Yeah, he holds it by that hand. Yeah, he just holds it weirdly. So there's Zato. With some random sword. Like, I feel like the excuse Hasbro's gonna give is that, oh look, this thing took the majority of our budget. That's why we couldn't include the Dino Fury Saber. And it's just like, this at least has to be like $3. And the stickers are popping out from mine. So, speaking of that, let's also take Dino Fury Morpher. Insert this Dino Fury Key. Activate. See, this just looks a lot better already. But wrong one. Is there only 3 sounds? Okay, obviously he's fire because this is essentially the Maramara soul. So let's transform. I meant morph. Now we gotta do that with the motion sounds. I still like that even after the jingle ends, it still carries over. Okay, that was interesting. So I triggered the motion sounds for whenever you don't have a key in, but it was still playing the jingle. That's actually pretty interesting. It's cool. I actually captured something like that on camera for once. But yeah, so this is essentially just the Marisol, or whatever we're calling it here. But I don't mind it. Obviously Hasbro clearly didn't want to do the Dino Fury keys, so like technically I consider this one to be like the team one, like the typical one, and this one's obviously supposed to be the Marisol. It's just that it's represented by red. So there we go. Here we have 2 Dino Fury keys as of now. Oops, how the heck did... Why is it not bouncing? That's weird. Okay. I don't know if it's technically good to have them lay flat. Yeah, I think it's fine because it's not like the stickers directly touching the surface. It's raised a bit, so. Okay, next up, we got Ollie. Who's the weirdest figure of them all for reasons. What's with the lighting? It seems like I only have one source of light. Oh. Great. Okay, so because he got crushed, it's gonna be a bit more harder to just grab it to here. Nope. Nope. Okay. That was not good. Yeah, so I don't know what happened to his plastic, but it got warped. His plastic is weird. Okay, first of all, here's his Dino Fury Key. This is probably my least favorite because I don't know why they didn't just fill this out with black. And he's holding his up too high. They couldn't even proportion that. Okay, there. Just looking at it. So obviously, the biggest thing for some reason they did with blue is that they added way too much paint to his helmet. So now his entire forehead is silver. And it's just like, how can you mess up that badly? Like, how? It just looks completely off. Obviously, it's the same articulation, but I'm just doing this just so then. Oh, this is used or something like that, but you can even see that, but oh no, okay. I was gonna say his entire his leg was like this, but I don't recall the Beast Morpher legs being like this, but great. I don't know if Morpher can stand, but because obviously if you look at the back render, you can see the 3D render, you can obviously see that it has blue on the back or on the top. Final Figure doesn't, and I doubt they're going to fix this. So give him his Tricera size. I don't know what his Zord is called exactly, but they're neat for sure. Again, it's just like, again, you gave him a size. You gave him size, and this includes 2 accessories. So why can't you just include the Chroma Fury Saber? It's like if you're able to give him size, then what about the Saber? Like, you know, at least the size or something unique, and not like generic sword. But now we just need to use the key. So obviously he, well, this is based off of the Nobi Soul. What is up with? This thing doesn't like standing, but man, the silver paint on mine is kind of rough, but. Okay, now let's morph. Now with the motion. Let's do that again. Okay. So, obviously, his just allows him to stretch and such. Oh, now it's actually standing. Again, I apologize for the color inconsistencies. Us Ranger, we got pink. Amelia. I do appreciate that like the names aren't generic this season. Oh, then again, like Beast Morphers, I didn't think they were generic. But But it's just like, you know, we got a diverse amount of names. Okay, so let's... Nope, 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 don't actually rip. Man, I'm doing horrible with these, but... Okay, so here is... What is this? Okay. Anyways, here's Pink's, which is probably my second favorite, just because again it's actually filled out. And here's the back, which I think out of all of these helmets, hers is the only one that's not painted, because her visor is supposed to be painted black, but because they only stick with 2 colors per key, they couldn't do that with her. And what is this dot? Okay. Huh. Did I get her pin wrong? I might have. Huh. I thought hers was these 2. But it's actually the first 2 that's... Well, I might have not got... I think whenever I was actually trying to, like, you know, go into the pins, like, poke into the toy, I got it wrong, but on my, like, way out, I probably did get it correct, but these are not the same, right? You gotta be kidding me. Okay, they're not. Okay. I was panicking for a second, like, you gotta be kidding me. These are the same thing, aren't they? But it's just, it's modified. Because, obviously, Tiramigo had teeth, and Kalose doesn't. But they're very similar. And then we got the Ankle Mace, which is... I'm not a fan of it, but it's at least better than the sword, so... It's neat. Here we go. Okay, so this is the first that I'm gonna point this out, just because I'm typically not this picky, but this was bothering me. But her helmet looks not in proportion. The visor seems... Her visor looks too big. Especially when you look at, like, this. This just doesn't look right. But then again, I think it might just be because I don't look at these suits enough. And it's because it's the first time I've had figures of these suits. So, other than that, she's like the same as Beast Morpher's yellow. Probably, I think a better example would be Dino Charge Pink, because that was Hasbro's first basic figure of a pink ranger. So the skirt is manageable and such. And it's actually in color tone, not like actually no, it's not. You can tell it's like her body, like her body portion is a completely different pink than everything else. Huh. I don't know if that's capturing, but again, just hand her random mace weapon, which I don't know how you're supposed to. Yeah, her and Red have the issue of their fingers being too curled. But if I have to be honest, I think she's probably the best with belt proportions. And oh shoot, her belt's actually painted. Oh wow, they painted her belt. Because I was just touching her buckle. I'm like, wow, this actually feels proportionally right. And it's like, wow. Man, I'm excited for Green now. She's going to be the only other ranger that's going to have a painted buckle. Just there. They're just staying awkwardly like so. Because, because these aren't painted at all. And I don't... What the heck happened to his buckle? Oh, right. Because this is where the Saber will go. I'm too used to Russo Golds. But... I don't know. I just feel like the way they handle the buckles are weird. But, oh my gosh, the female figures actually having more paint than the male figures? Heck yeah! Anyways. Walk in. No problem. His legs are just kind of... Oh. What? Oh, I fell asleep. Yeah, if I have to be honest, pink is definitely like one of my favorites. And then with sounds... There we go with pink. Gravity. And last but not least, Boom Tower. Which it's impressive that he like obviously, he's $10 because, you know, other figures within the line. Or, I mean, like with Beast Morphers. Nope. Nope. So I failed opening boxes in general. And they stuck that at the front. So his Dino Fury Key, which it's neat and all. Again, I just don't understand why they didn't fill this with black. It doesn't make sense. Because if I had to be honest, it just ruins the illusion of this being a key. And then here he is. He's a retooled of red. So it's not the same thing, at least, so I appreciate that. Again, it's like they should have just filled it with black and actually make this work. Instead of just... Because I feel like this is just kind of last minute. Like, they mold this first, and then they just, like, design... They don't, like, design the key based off the shape. They just, like, see what... Okay, let's see what fits it within here. And it's like, no. Because then, like, you can see this is partially cut off. That's just stupid. Okay, so for obvious reasons, Boom Tower's the only character out of this entire wave to come with a show-accurate weapon. Because this is the only weapon you can come in. And... Wow. Will he stand? Yep. Come on. Okay, so here's Boom Tower. He's alright at best. I don't know why they decided to go with stickers for here. Mine's misplaced, so that's fun. He can, but his paint is alright. I just think they should have honestly added paint to his face to just make him look a lot better. Yeah. You're supposed to be able to turn the head, but I can't. See, you can like... Oh shoot, can you not turn the head? I thought you could according to Josh's review. Okay, yeah, there, you have to force it. Okay. Obviously, he has the same thing like most villains. Or he won't do like splits and such. And just... No, don't increase brightness. I just want to zoom out. Gosh, this Band-Aid. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with these figures? All their hands are too curled. Yeah, he's literally just gonna stand the same way like Zato. Just the other way. But yeah, so because if I pull up his Figure again, like, not his render, but his, like, actual art. He's supposed to have, like, paint. He's supposed to have a color here and here. Like, I just want the distinctiveness of his face, but no, to here, they never had it in the first place, and I just realized here, they don't even have the stickers. But it's just, I don't know, his face is really weak. Or his head's really weak, and his eyes are honestly just... they're not, like, brought out enough. This is honestly probably the weakest villain figure we've gotten so far, if I have to be honest. But other than that, like, it's not as bad, but he could have been a lot better. Like, because literally the only plus he has is that he's the only one that comes with this weapon. Now we get to the key, because you might be wondering, what the heck? This is a US exclusive key. So what sound would he come up with? Well, to your dismay, I like that crowd of people, like, just being, like, just groaning. Let's do that again. Okay. This one's pretty fun, if I have to be honest. I'm not typically big on, like, fart humor, but, like, I don't know, they made it fun. And because, I don't know why everyone's so upset about, like, oh my gosh, they're doing the fart key and such. It's just like, okay, I don't know, they just wanted to, but, like, everyone's just like, man, I thought they moved on from all this and such. It's just like, it's a kid's show. Modern kids are weird. I think definitely. Like, so I understand as to why they decided to give Boom Tower that sound, just because, like, he's a villain. But honestly, I think it's kind of humiliating that they give the villains the fart key, because, you know, that's just kind of like downplaying on them, if I have to be honest. So I hope when Void Knight gets released, they just re-release this, because I do not want Void Knight to be downplayed for farts. Who wants that? But yeah. So as you can see from here, Boom Tower has the two pins on the left and right, so nothing pressed in the middle. So if you couldn't tell already, this is diving a little bit into hacking the system. Dino Fury Morpher is read by 3 pins, which this is not going to show up well. See, I can see it, but so as you can see there, 3 pins. So it's literally just like the Genesis driver, like, essentially, and the Beast driver. Why can't I zoom out? So there's only like a capacity of 7 sounds. As you can see right here, we have 5 out of the 7 sounds. We have the great. We have the generic, I'm going to call it generic Dino Fury sound with the dinosaur. We have red with the fire sound set. We have blue with the stretch sound set. Pink with the gravity sound set. And boom tower with the fart sound set. And obviously, because I already, went into it all and such, and, it's already all out there and such, we know what the next 2 are. Which, the one I'm talking about, the one I can actually mention next is because, the Fan First Friday confirmed it for me. But, the next sound set that we don't have currently is Greens, which is, supposed to be speed, which is by pressing all the pins down. And then the last one is lightning base, which we obviously know is supposed to be gold because of the BB armor. So that's just a size comparison. They're these are supposed to be 6 inches, I believe. So that kind of brings up the question to concern, to which I didn't even put together until I was just looking at the list again. And to which that question being, what sound will they give Black? Because Black doesn't have a sound. And we know that his sound, if he did have a sound, would have to be based off of defense, because that was his main soul. And it's most likely the reason why they didn't give him a sound. So, we're kind of in this dilemma now of trying to figure out what sound are they going to give Black. I'm going to assume there's 2 choices they can do. There's 2 choices to what Black could be. They're either just going to re-release this key for him, which, like I said, I would rather not prefer that, because I would want... I would want Void Knight to have this key. Or they're going to double up on Pink and give him this pin set, because I can definitely see them doubling. I can definitely see them double dipping gravity for defense. I can definitely see them double dipping on that. Obviously, I can't really see them. Blue is too specific for Elastic. However, they can give him reds. They can definitely give him fire, but honestly, but I don't know. I feel like this one feels kind of a bit too generic for Black, but I can definitely see him getting these 2. And obviously, like was said, they're most likely going to give Void Knight this one. So, sadly. But other than that, it's so... At least by Wave 2, we will have all 7 sounds. But we will at least have 9 jingles, which is neat. But it just sucks that... It's just... Or not that it sucks, but... It's really weird that Hasbro didn't really think about, oh yeah, we should give all the Rangers their own jingles. Instead, they did that with 5 out of the 6, and the one they left out was Black. Because it's just like, obviously with Red, his main was the Studio Soul, but they probably couldn't figure out, they probably didn't want to do a sound for the Studio Soul. So they're like, oh yeah, let's just give him his Mera Soul sound. So, because that's the thing that's weird. So it's like, so, Red and Gold, their sounds are based off of their Kyoryu Souls. Blue, Pink, and Green are based off of their Ryu Souls. Because obviously, Blue is based off of the Nobi Soul. And then Pink is based off of the Omo Soul. And Green's based off of the Haya Soul. And Black's is the Kata Soul, which is obviously the Diamond Shield one. But they don't have a sound for that one, and this one's off of the Muki Soul? I don't remember. So they took 4 of the normal Ryu Souls and made them their own thing. This one's completely original. And then they took 2 Kyoryu Souls and made them their own thing. So it's just like, what is Black going to be? He's either going to be Pink or the dinosaur. And then Green, so like out of Wave 2, we're only going to get 2 new sounds. We're going to get Green sound and Gold sound. 2 of them are going to be repeats. We're either going to get these 2 again, or it's going to be a combination of these 3. Essentially. It's like, what is Void Knight going to be? And what is Black going to be? I can quickly show you the sounds, because I just have this here. So this is Green's. Focus. And then what? That's yeah, it's kind of hard to try to do the motion sounds. And let me just try to get Golds. Yeah, that's essentially it. So, until Wave 2 for me, because I'm not, because there's nothing else. We don't, I guess I should, clarify what I'm getting out of Dino Fury, like, because I already said I'm not getting the Zords, despite them releasing, or them coming with better keys. Somewhat. They still don't flip, but they look a lot better. The fronts are still very bare. I'll add, but obviously the backs will be a lot better. I don't know if that's anything, but so obviously I'll get wave 2, which is most likely green, black, gold, and Void Knight. Then I'll be picking up the Dino Fury Saber whenever that thing finally gets announced. I doubt it's gonna have compatibility with the keys, which will be stupid, because I'm like that. It kind of like that's the whole point of that toy, is that it reads the keys. Or I'm not expecting it to read keys. I just want the ability to be able to chomp it and insert keys. But I know it won't do that, so it's going to be a very disappointing toy by that. But I'm still going to pick it up just because. And that should be it. Because again, unless there was a wave 3, then yeah. And then by season 2, there's most likely going to be a new Morpher, which honestly I think it would be neat if it was the Max result changer. And then hopefully that has a better reader, so then they can actually release more keys. Because, so then we can possibly get the Curyu souls and whatnot. I don't know. This line is already kind of just like... I don't know. It's just... I guess that's the good thing with this line. It's just like the gimmick isn't as in your face, but at the same time, it's like I kind of want more out of it, but they're not giving us more. Anyways, this is PowerRider. I'll leave you people. Bye.